We begin the bulletin in Nigeria, and Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari has issued a stern warning to potential vote riggers that they will face the full force of the law. The president's sentiments come amid preparations for rescheduled elections on Saturday. Presidential and parliamentary elections were put off 5 hours before polls were due to open last Saturday. Governorship and state assembly elections have been pushed back to the 9th of March. President Buhari has reiterated his commitment to ensure the rescheduled ballot proceeds without a hitch. The Independent National Electoral Commission blamed the last-minute delay on logistical difficulties in the distribution of election materials, as well as sabotage. More than 84 million voters are expected to cast their ballots.
Really give the military and the police to be ruthless. We are not going to be blamed that we want to rig the election. I want Nigerians to be respected. Let them vote whoever they want across the parties. I'm not afraid of that. I have gone through, as you said, the whole 36 states and Abuja. I went round. I think I have got enough supporters across the country to look after me. So I am going to warn anybody who thinks he has enough influence in his locality to lead a body of facts to snatch boxes or to disturb the voting system. He will do it at the expense of his own life.
Well, CGTN's Kelechi Emekalam joins us now from our studios in Abuja for more on this. An unusually hard-hitting statement from President Muhammadu Buhari there. Where does that leave the electoral body, the INEC?
Well, apparently President Buhari did say that he only got the news of the postponement at about 4:30 a.m. on election day. He was already in his country home where he had gone to cast his vote. Now, he described the action as most unfortunate, as INEC had all the time and resources required to conduct the elections. Now, driving home the point that INEC displayed remarkable ineptitude. They had 4 years to prepare for the elections and had all the resources made available to them. So what this implies is that authorities are set to launch a probe or an inquiry, if you may, into what INEC had to, into INEC postponing the elections. But not just that, even waiting up till election day to do so. Penina?
Is Karen actually. Well, as you say, it's taken 4 years for them to prepare, and the ruling party, the APC, is also questioning what the INEC hopes to achieve in under 5 days that it failed to achieve in 4 years.
Now, that's a very key point for consideration there, and it seems like the Electoral Commission is having serious issues. There were lots of concerns raised as already very sensitive materials have been distributed to various parts of the country. One of the issues raised is that in the distribution of electoral materials, there are complaints that there has been some mix-up in voting materials. Now, some materials meant for a particular state were instead transported to another state, you know, creating a total mismatch capable of crippling the voting process in these areas. Also, INEC is configuring 180,000 card readers. If all logistics would be set in the next 5 days or thereabouts, now there's no guarantee about that happening.
And Kelechi, when President Buhari speaks of investigating the INEC after the elections, what does he really mean?
Okay, when the president says he will investigate, apparently President Buhari isn't willing to let this one slide or sweep it under the carpet. Now, he plans to launch an inquiry. For himself and his party, they don't quite buy the reasons INEC gave in postponing the elections. They allege that INEC itself is compromised. The leadership of the ruling party says their confidence is violated, and as such, that the commission has lots of questions to answer.
And meanwhile, we haven't heard from the opposition PDP on this issue, have we?
Well, we've not heard any official statement from the opposition yet, but even before election day, it's been a blame game between the forerunner political parties. They've been accusing one another, each other, and INEC has been caught in the middle of it all. The main opposition leader, Atiku Abubakar, also came out to say that he didn't trust that INEC was capable of, conducting free and fair elections. So the situation is still the same. So we really wait for a concrete statement from them.
Okay, thank you very much for that update. That was CGTN's Kelechi Emeklem there joining us.